Alright, welcome back to another video by Firestarter Graphics and Engineering. Today we're going to be using Sketchup to create a wing, actually an airfoil section, and then extrude it into a wing or a fin that you can use for high-power rocketry or an RC plane or anything you want. So here's kind of what we're going to make. It's kind of nifty, kind of cool, and it works great. So how did we do this? First, let's go over some basics. Now, you do not need to know the math. That is perfectly fine that you don't know. This is the equation that I used. You do not use this equation in SketchUp. We have to graph it, so I use Desmos Graphing Calculator, which is online and free. So C is the chord length. That is a length that you pick on your own. It does not matter what you pick. Well, it does, but it doesn't. You can look up NACA 4-digit airfoil data and see some values, but really you can just pick values and get a general airfoil shape and it will work great. Now T is the height or the thickness, like as in how thick you want your airfoil cross section to be. General rule of thumb is between 7 to 10%. I'm using 7%, and what I mean by that, let's look at this in Desmos. So remember this was 5. So we have y of c, y of t over c. Technically, you need to multiply that c right here. But keep the c underneath here. You don't need to worry about how we do that, but it ends up being like this. You have your thickness times your chord length. So this thickness was 5 times t. T was 0.3 in my case, which is 7% of 4.3. So I have 1.5 times the chord length, all of this business, and it plots the purple line. Notice the x-axis, it crosses, the x-intercept is right at 4.3. So top one is the green line. You don't need to worry about what's going on here. I just integrated both these and found the difference, which gave me the sectional area right here of this thin section. That's for something totally different. Okay, so how do we do this in SketchUp? Well, that's an excellent question. So let's go ahead and back up to the very beginning. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and delete these guides because we are going to need them here in a second. All right, so we're going to go to File. We're going to go to Import, and we're going to find the Desmos file that I had, and we're going to click right here and import it. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to go into Top View. Now we know from this 0 to here is 4.3, so we need to try to get that as exact as possible. I like to get as exact as possible, but it doesn't really need to. So I'm going to hit T. Make sure you have the little plus sign. If you don't, you just tap Control on Windows. I don't know what it is for Mac. I don't use Mac. Then you're just going to click once and drag, and notice you'll have your guideline. Whoops. And we're going to set it as best as we can in between the... I'm going to go to the front edge of that line. Click there. We got a guide. Now I'm going to click the bottom of my photo, which is also the bottom of the red axis or x-axis, and I'm going to come up to the top of the line right there. So now we have at least a basic starting point. Okay, so what do we do from here? Well, we hit T again, and then we tap Control to get rid of the plus sign. This should work. Hopefully it doesn't try to scale the lines, but I'm going to tap the intersection. I'm going to bring it over along the red, and I'm going to bring it right to here. Notice it says 1.41 meters. I'm going to click once and type in 4.3 and hit enter. And it's going to say, do you want to resize model? And hit yes. Okay. Shift Z to zoom extents. Then we're going to double check. And 4.3. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and trace our shape. So A for the arc tool, I'm going to use 48 sides, and I'm going to click right here. I'm going to click somewhere along right here. We're just going to get a general shape best we can, right about there. Click. And then you want that blue line to appear. That means it's constrained. And then click once, click twice, and then you've got it. And then we're going to probably go to right here. And then we're going to go to here. Sometimes it'll start, the blue line will curve up like this. All you have to do is Control Z and redo one of the lines previously, because it means you've gone too far. For example, I'll show you what I mean. Click here. Oh man, that's actually going to be perfect right there. But let's just pretend we went right here. Whoops. I didn't do that right. Sorry. Click there. And then notice right here it starts to curve up a little bit. It's because that line was extended too far. So I'm going to back one step, but I'm actually just going to go right here. We could put a guide at 4.3, but I'm not going to. Click twice. Okay, and there we go. We have our general shape. Go ahead and delete our photo. And we have a profile. So I'm going to now take line tool, drag it across. Now we have a closed surface. Triple click, group it, Control copy, edit, paste in place. S for scale. Start sliding it down. Hit -1. There you go. While this one is selected, hold shift, click this one, right click, and explode. Okay, now I'm going to get rid of the inside line. Now, just for kicks and giggles, I'm going to triple click. I'm going to group it up again because now it's all just one solid piece. No intersections, no nothing. Hit S for the scale tool. I'm going to hold control and we're going to scale. Nope, I don't want to hold control. Let go of. Nope, we need to hold I hate when it does that. Okay. I know what's throwing me off is that it's not, centered. I'm going to move that to the right there, just because it was throwing off my brain. S for scale, control. There we go. And just hold it, and I don't know, go 20%. So 0.20 bottom right corner. Don't let go of control, just let go of the left mouse button. There you go. Now, we have our general shape of what I want to use. Go in here, double click, extrude, up 4.3, hit enter. Now, while we're still in here, click just the top surface, hit S for scale, hold shift, and drag that center one back till about 15%, 0.15. Let go. Spacebar, click out, and there's your profile. Now I'm going to soften the edges because I like them to be able to see what I'm doing. Okay, now we have our thin. That is how simple it is. Just really super simple. Awesome. All right, I hope you enjoyed and have fun with this and go print some stuff.